Great to be here. Bill, that's great. I appreciate it. Jillian. Dr. Doss, amazing. This is amazing, world-class talent. Great to be standing in front of a strong wall like this. We need some of those in government right now. We'll talk about that a little later. I'm here with MP Sonia Sadhu, Brampton South. Government's a team sport, and we need a team, and you're only as strong as the team members. Sonia's a true leader. She's here from Brampton South because she cares about the region, because we do not just live in silos. The work done here is going to affect people all over the country. The innovations done here affects everyone, and that's why Sonia's here. Delighted. I should say we had our entire Liberal Ontario caucus, not all of them, but we had 60 members, ministers, and MPs here in the last couple of days, touring the region, seeing the new Gordie Howe Bridge, seeing Next Star Energy, meeting with the unions. We just did a roundtable with the auto parts and the auto sector, because, look, I won't sugarcoat it, we know we're in a crisis, and we'll talk about that. This is not just the front end of the crisis, but we have to move from reliance to resilience, and this is the place that's doing it. And today what I want to talk about, and I know we'll have a press conference after, but this, when we talk about moving from reliance to resilience, it's only done through innovation. And it's only done with the kind of investments and partnerships that we're going to see today. And this is what we talk about when we talk about building Canada strong, with a 3D printer, 3 stories tall, and we'll talk about that. So it's delightful to be here. Bill said he wanted to introduce Nancy Gardner, our president of FedDev Southern Ontario, and Linda Cousineau, our vice president of business innovation and community development for FedDev. Just so you know, these people are remarkable. I don't know if you've met them. Their teams meet with business leaders and innovators every single day, and they deliver information to government to make investments, and you'll see the fruits of that today. I want to thank them. Their ongoing work is absolutely spectacular. I'm up here taking credit for a lot of their work. They work hard every day, and you know, I spent 10 years running a small business. I know how hard it is, and getting an ally like the Federal Development Southern Ontario team, Nancy and Linda's team, incredible work, so thank you to them. It's been fantastic. Okay, as Bill said, my title is long, the Minister of AI, Digital Innovation, and FedDev, but we're here because Windsor, Essex, this whole region is really an example of where these things come together. Real economic power, real economic development, real digital innovation, a real entrepreneurial energy. You know, the Prime Minister just spoke, and we'll talk about that. Families are feeling it here more than anywhere. And we should not sugarcoat it. It's hard. And the only way we're going to get through this is to rely on ourselves and build new trade routes and make sure that our companies have the opportunities to create such incredible products that the world needs them, wherever they are. And that's what's happening. We understand housing is an issue. We are launching our Build Canada Homes initiative, a $25 billion initiative. Federal government has not been in the home business since the Second World War. But the federal government is only as good as the innovators. And that is why the innovations today, trying to deal with rising housing prices, limited supply, have created pressure, but we can alleviate that pressure to build smarter, faster, more sustainable homes. It's never been more urgent. That's what Minister Robertson talks about, the Prime Minister, myself, all of us, and that's what we're going to see today. We're seeing our Canadian innovators and our builders and our scientists and our universities step up, roll up their sleeves, and making sure that being a visionary also means becoming a successful business and commercializing. Because the goal for all of us is to make housing more accessible and more affordable. And that requires creativity and resilience, and this is why we're here today with bold ideas at this university and across the region that are meeting the moment. And laying the foundation to build. When we call Canada strong, it's got to be tested on walls like this for a future where every Canadian can call home. So these are investments. Some of these are, repayable investments, contributions that will be repaid, which is an incredible investment for Canadians to make in other Canadians, and in our organizations and our manufacturers to change the way we build our homes, to strengthen our supply chains, and to power our economy. So here's what we're going to announce today. I am honored and more than pleased to announce these partnerships and investments of nearly $12 million from the Government of Canada funding to support housing innovation right here in Southern Ontario in this region. This is the leadership. A number of these projects have been funded through the Regional Home Building Innovation Initiative, the RHII, and I'm practicing acronyms because that's what apparently a politician has to do, but was developed to help address the way we build homes. So we're helping 6 businesses today and organizations as they advance their innovative housing solutions, and we're boosting manufacturing efficiency with the whole home building sector. So I want to name them, and if you want to put up your hand if you're here so people can see you, that'd be great. Obviously, we're here at this incredible facility at the University of Windsor, so first we'll give them a hand because I think they deserve it. Incredible work. Actually, we'll give everyone a hand. We need to lift each other up. Arctic Acres, Inc. Are they here? Let's give them a hand anyway. Why not? Axe Buildings. All right, stand up. Take some. I'll tell you, when you're building a business, it's not every day you get the applause, right? Mostly it's a slog. So you might as well take it. BK Cornerstone Design Build. Yeah. Dick Exterior Installations, Inc. Where are they? Are they here? We're going to give them a hand anyway. That's a family-run business, right? And Infrastructure Development Partners, Inc. Are they here? Look, we got to lift each other up here. The investment provides $2 million for the University of Windsor to use your cutting-edge 3D lab-scale printing technology that Dr. Doss has pioneered. That's literally right behind us. It weighs more than I thought. To build what I hear could be a Guinness Book of World Records net zero student residence, but a 3-story net zero, which would be the first of its kind in the world, which is incredible. So I'll give you a hand. So this is exactly where, you can see it behind us. This is the primary location. The announcement also includes $2.5 million for the Tecumseh-based BK Cornerstone, which, congratulations, incredible, to design and build a first-of-its-kind automated manufacturing line to produce prefabricated wall panels for home building. Prime Minister talks about this a lot. Really, really important. When used in construction, these panels reduce energy consumption, lower construction costs, decrease build times, and support the need to build more quickly sustainable housing. Projects like these are delivering the housing that we need. So, meet each other. I'm delighted to be here. I know Sonia's delighted to be here. I know the FedDev team has worked hard to make this happen. I just want to thank all of you. We're going to talk a lot about the crisis. I get it. But let's not be blind to what's happening here. The way through any crisis is to build, to keep investing in solutions, because the problems we're all facing with housing, sustainability, they're not going away. We need you. So my only message is, it's an honor to partner, but more than anything, thank you for your work. It takes hard work to do what you do, and to build and to build. This is a country of builders. All of you are doing it. So thank you, and I really appreciate it. So I think, Bill, you're up.
Feel it, we all appreciate it. Windsor being the southernmost city in Canada, we do celebrate the fact that when we have ministers come down to see us with such important announcements, it's really incredible for us to have that here in our community. So I'm going to get two people to come up. First is going to be Jillian Hyes, our VP of Finance and Operations, and then next I'll get Brent to come up. But first, please welcome Jillian, our Vice President of Finance and Operations here at the University of Windsor.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome, bienvenue at the University of Windsor. It is such an honor to be here today to speak about an amazing, groundbreaking housing project that we're launching here. It delivers local impact, national alignment, and global ambition. With the support of FedDev Ontario, an outstanding group of partners, we are delighted to launch a project that will showcase the talent and technology available here on our campus, our students, our researchers, and beyond to expedite home building. This project presents the university with a unique opportunity to integrate cutting-edge, sustainable technology while advancing impactful research happening here. Through this innovative project, UWindsor will explore the capabilities of 3D printing technology through the construction of a net zero building that will demonstrate innovative housing solutions while acting like a living lab for our researchers. It will be located on our campus at 1025 California Ave and is expected to open just next summer in 2026. It will house 7 residential units geared towards students. We're so proud of the project, and we're really proud of its robust research component, which includes hands-on training for 60 participants, including students here at our university and beyond, construction professionals, engineers, and government officials. A virtual conference and a dedicated website to promote the 3D printing technology and automation in home building. The university's research will be led by Dr. Das, who was introduced a few moments ago, one of our professors and the Associate Dean of Research here at the Faculty of Engineering. Dr. Das and his team are advancing 3D printing technology in home building by studying construction materials, methods, and alternatives. Ultimately, this project is a showcase of the talent and technology available here in Windsor, Essex, and of what we can achieve when government, academia, and industry come together with purpose. Together, we're helping Canada lead the way in housing innovation, automation adoption, and sustainable construction, and demonstrating how local action can help solve national challenges. Thank you again, Minister, and to FedDev Ontario, all of our incredible partners for making this vision a reality, and we hope to have you all back on campus in the spring to see the house when it's built. Thank you.
Brent Clender, President of BK Cornerstone Design Building Limited, to come up and offer some comments on behalf of his company.
Thank you, Bill. Good afternoon, Minister Solomon, honored guests, partners, and friends. On behalf of the entire BK Cornerstone team, I want to express our deep gratitude for the federal government's investment in home building innovation and for selecting our company as a recipient for this pivotal funding. BK Cornerstone was founded by my father in 1987 with a simple mission: to build homes that stand the test of time. Over the decades, I feel we've led the way, constructing one of Windsor Essex's first net zero homes, R2000 homes, Energy Star, and now first full-scale townhome development as an Energy Star, or as net zero. Today, that spirit of innovation continues. This funding allows us to accelerate the development of our automated wall panel production line that's revolutionizing how we build homes in Southern Ontario. With this technology, we're not just making homes faster, we're making them smarter, more energy efficient, more attainable for the Canadians that need them most. Through this project, we will reduce build times, cut construction costs, and increase housing output. Most importantly, we'll be helping Canada meet its climate goals by embedding net zero performance into every panel we ship. Minister, your leadership and this investment are helping companies like ours transform vision into reality. Together, we're proving that innovation and sustainability can go hand in hand, and that Southern Ontario can lead the way in modernizing Canada's construction sector. Thank you.
One question, one follow-up from everyone. Thank you.
Questions? We can just go. We can proceed to the photo. That's always good.
Sorry, Evan, you're not going to get away that easy. Michelle Molesky from CTV Windsor and AM 800 Radio. Just wondering specifically about the building piece. What we're talking about, is that the wall behind you? Is that what this?
No.
It's those, the smaller ones.
That's
Okay.
a testing wall. That's the strong. I think that's the, as Bill was saying, they call the strong wall to test the engineering. This is the 3D printing that Dr. Das is doing.
Have you seen anything like this in other jurisdictions and
So
universities?
there's nothing that is going to rival the a net zero 3-story 3D printed building, and Dr. Das can talk about that. That's the goal here. There's lots of modular housing, lots of 3D. There's lots of this going on across Canada, which is really good. We need a lot of it, and I think Jillian said it really well. The connection between the government, academia, and business is absolutely critical, because you can't innovate without it. So, you know, you get a federal development grant to do this stuff, it aligns with our overall policy about sustainable housing and affordable housing. And then you get new technologies that are frontier technologies that are doing things that we haven't seen yet. So 3-story 3D printed housing has never been done, right? So, you know, this is what the frontier looks like. But there's lots of places that are trying to do this. It just so happens Windsor's literally at the very front of it right now, which is fantastic for the university and fantastic for the business, the country.
I am going to pivot at this point. You and other Liberal MPs campaigned on an elbows-up approach dealing with U.S. President Donald Trump. Does today's announcements from the Prime Minister to remove counter-tariff on CUSMA goods go against that election pledge?
Yeah, just thanks for the question. Let me just say a couple things about the announcement for those people that didn't see it. The Prime Minister has said, and it's really important, that there is no country around the world currently has as good a trade deal as Canada. So, 2 years ago, just so people know, the average tariff rate for any country dealing with the United States, any country, was 2%. Right now, it's 16%, okay, for average around the world. Canada's average tariff on 85% of our goods are tariff-free. Are tariff-free. 85% of Canada's goods. That is the envy of the world. So we are significantly lower than other countries. Now, our strategic industries have been hit hard, and we can't sugarcoat it, especially here. Auto, steel, we know that. What happened today was the Prime Minister and the President had a very constructive call, and Canada is matching something that the United States did. And this is really important. The United States has, for the first time, put in executive orders that they are going to keep with our CUSMA, like our free trade agreement, USMCA CUSMA, depending on what side of the river you're on here, which keeps 85% of our goods tariff-free. That's significant. And what happened earlier is on non-CUSMA related items, bourbon, after the fentanyl issue, there was tariffs on it. And so what the Prime Minister has done today is match the U.S. and take off tariffs off those non-CUSMA related goods, right? So you remove it, but still we have maintained on the tariffs on our strategic industries, steel, aluminum, auto, right? We're very much still in the game. And look, as someone who got half his tooth knocked out in hockey, I could say there is a time to take a penalty and drop the gloves, and there's a time to play the game. And we are both dropping the gloves to make sure that our steel, aluminum, and our strategic sectors are protected. That remains in play. But we are playing the game to make sure that we win that game, which is to keep negotiating and match what the United States has done, because we want to preserve and as we're renegotiating in the future this free trade agreement, we want to make sure that Canada maintains by far the best trading position vis-a-vis the United States in the world. That is the advantage we have, and the Prime Minister's, I think, smartly maintained that space to continue negotiation. So that's what happened today.
Hi, Evan. Dawson Chen, CBC Windsor. If I'm understanding correctly, today's announcement is about investing in innovation to address housing supply. What would you say to those who are struggling with housing affordability?
Well, affordability and supply, first of all, are very much related. The federal government's priority has been building homes, which is why one of our biggest investments as a new government has been the Build Canada Homes, which will be a new agency that will be launched in the fall, which is, again, $25 billion agency. Now, what does that mean? Part of that money is to boost the supply on homes. By boosting supply, obviously, supply and demand, you would lower the cost. But the key is where we're building, affordable housing. Affordable and deeply affordable housing is really important. And the way to build it is you've got to build not just quickly, but you've got to build in a new way. And the kind of advanced materials that you're seeing here, maybe not yet commercially available quite yet, but modular homes, some of the companies that we've invested in here are building components, walls and different components with technologies that are speeding up the process, lowering the cost, and so these homes can, not only we can supply more, but we can supply them at a much lower cost. That's the way to build affordable housing. And so there's an interconnection between supply and innovation. And if you see the companies that we invested with today, they are innovating in a way to drive down the cost of building homes and to speed up building homes. And that is one way, a key way to deal with the affordability crisis that you rightly pointed out.
If you'll indulge me in a little bit of role play, imagine that I am a young family, double income, late 20s, first child, cannot afford a home.
Yeah.
What would you say to me?
Well, first of all, this is the very issue that we've acknowledged and accept. I hear you. I mean, I'm a member of Parliament for Toronto Centre, and housing is one of the #1 issues there, affordability for young people. And what I can say is, look, we've had the Rapid Housing Initiative, we've had lots of initiatives, but the status quo wasn't good enough. So the new government came in and said, we're going to make that a #1 priority. And again, I'm going to go to what Minister Robertson has said. We are trying to double the number of homes to 500,000 over the coming years. But to do that, you've got to do it in an affordable way. So for you in the role, for a young couple with someone trying to afford their first house, more supply, getting, for example, what we've done is remove GST from first-time home buyers, right? That's a $50,000 for houses under $1 million. That's $50,000 savings right there. These are material things. There's instruments not only in our platform, but in building to make sure that you're exactly right. The first-time home buyer has an opportunity to build affordable houses. Again, it was in the Second World War that you see around Windsor, around Toronto, you see those what we used to call wartime houses. Those were average working class folks that had an opportunity to own a house and raise their family in a house. And those houses are still standing. They're really still great houses. We have better technology, we can build them faster, and that's the world we want. And the Prime Minister has talked about is giving families that same opportunity. And the federal government is now back in the game to do just that, to help accelerate those houses with those mechanisms.
Thanks for indulging.
No, thanks. No, fair point.
Hi, I'm Taylor Campbell with the Windsor Star. What was your biggest takeaway from your time on Summer Caucus Retreat in Windsor and Essex County, and how will that impact your work on Parliament Hill?
Great question. We had almost 60 MPs here. I spent an hour and a half with the mayor last night. I was just at a round table with a group of leaders in the automotive and auto parts sector, along with colleagues like Sonia. We toured factories. Two things strike me. The crisis is real, and this is the front line. One. Two, the resilience is real, and the innovation is real. And you're seeing not just a defensive posture here, but an offensive posture. There's still foreign direct investment coming here. There's still big companies coming here. There's great engineering students that are coming here. There's world-class talent that are coming here. And again, this is not to put a spin on the threat, but we are here because the opportunities remain here. This is vital to the growth, not just of the city, the province, and the country, but advanced manufacturing, and manufacturing is the cornerstone to where we want to be. And what you will see in the coming weeks, you will see federal development. We are going to have more announcements to help strategic industries that have been hit by these tariffs. That's number one. Number two, as the Prime Minister said today, we are focusing our defense industrial strategy, a massive opportunity for a manufacturing sector here, where the Prime Minister has said we will meet our NATO target of 2%, which is over $9 billion this year of increased investment, and that for dual-use technologies. So the opportunity for manufacturers to be part of that is a really important base right here. And so the big takeaway we have is we are moving from reliance on one big customer to resilience. And that move can only happen with innovation, with government listening and participating, and actually investing in the entrepreneurial spirit that's right here. And you know, we focus on some tough stories a lot, but today you see, I mean, literally, my job is to help build the economy of the future. And I literally feel like we're standing in front of what that's going to look like. And it starts in rooms like this, and it starts with teachers like that, and it starts with entrepreneurs like that, and it starts with leaders. So, you know, we came away here sober, feeling empathy for families, because there's real pain and uncertainty, and real confidence in the resilience of this community and the leadership here, and the fact that we believe that our plan to be part of this community, not just build, but build stronger, is real and will be effective. But you know, we don't sugarcoat the crisis, but we don't sugarcoat the plan either. And I think the plan's going to work.
Can you confirm that Windsor-Essex manufacturing sector will in part pivot to respond to defense?
Well, I can't speak on behalf of the sector. I think there's going to be incentives to do that. I can confirm that we will highly incentivize that. And I can tell you that anecdotally, anecdotes aren't data, but anecdotally, there's a massive desire to do that. Pivoting when you're in an economic crisis is hard. We don't want to pretend otherwise, you know? You know, I've run a small business. When you're busy making stuff, it's hard to pivot. But we're going to help on that too. But again, they're not changing their business, they're expanding it. They're still going to build great cars and auto parts and molds and houses, but they're going to expand. We've got to rely on ourselves. The Prime Minister has done that, first and foremost, dropping interprovincial trade barriers. And this is the next stage, is to rely on ourselves. The government has a role there, innovation has a role, and I think you're seeing it play out. Thanks.